Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to my channels. I'm Cyrus. So today I want to share a little tips for every animator who working on the rocking plays. Yeah. So this is really important tips for you. If you don't beware those kind of thing I show later on, you will like take more than 2 hours, 3 hours, or redo your blocking. All right. So before we dive in, right, remember to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button to support the animators and myself. Thank you so much. All right, Luis. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you send the scene. So let's have a look at what you have right now. So compared with the last time, you have a way more better poses. All right, here and there. So let me switch off your references. All right, so go back to my animation layout. All right, so it's way more clear. All right, the first thing I need to let you know, I recommend you switch off the texture. All right, why? I really like this character texture. It's really stylish, really charm, really hero. Spider-Man mixed with some, alien or whatever like hero, right? I really like the rig, seriously. Nice silhouettes, everything. But when you're animating, you should, everyone should switch it off. Why? Okay, let's have a look, right? Okay, different character have different kind of texture, but some of the high contrast color is really affect your judgment of everything. All right, let's pay attention of his right hand right here. So let's take a look. When you closer, yeah, you can see, no problem. But when you overall looking for the poses, really hard to see what happened here. Lighting, color, especially you have a red color here, right? Red color here. You don't see, you really, sometimes you're missing those kind of detail in different fingers. You have a really good red color in the index, but how about the middle fingers, ring and pinky? All right. So I recommend you do one thing, even in Maya also the same thing, right? But I recommend you to do this is you should use the fat lighting, object color, random color, make is better, make it better. Okay, object, something like this. No shadow. Okay, you can have shadow or no shadow is fine. You have a look, right now you can really clear to see what happened here. All right, way more clear. You think about it when you put it like, this way, you don't see what happened here. Am I correct? You have to make sure in this mode, you have to make sure everything look clear first. Okay, I think like shadow, no shadow. I do this better. Okay, no shadow, because shadow, right, you can see like this part, right, you cover by shadow. Correct. We don't want it. We want something really clear in front of us to make sure we have a better judgment of the poses. All right, that's the first thing I recommend you do it. All right, so let's go for this one. Okay, why I asked you to send me the scene is because 360 turn is a nightmare. It's a nightmare sometime when you work on it. Why? Okay, let's do this way. I select everything, make sure I select everything, all the keyframe, and then you press T to make sure you're in the interpolation mode. You make it to linear. Okay, now it's linear. Let's take a look what happened. Okay, so take a look. Look at this. I zoom out a little bit more. Fit, and (160 turn). All right. This is the second problem. Everyone have to beware, especially like when you're working on 360, then whatever you turn, like forward 360, X 360, Y 360, whatever, everything over 90, you have to extremely be careful when you're working on the blocking place. All right. So let's have a look in the graph. All right, so let's take a look. Let me off this one, make it more better screen. So in here we got graph editors. All right, don't need this. All right, so let's set the root. I think this one is the root, right? Correct? Am I okay? Cool. So here, this is your root. What exact is it? Let's see. Okay, so you can take a look in the rotation. All right, and then make sure you're in, when you're in rotation, when you don't use global mode, use like gimbal mode or local mode. So I mostly use local mode, way more easy. Okay, but when you tweak something later on, we will tell you that you use a gimbal. All right, so now z-axis is the 360 turn axis, right? Correct, right? This one thing. Look at your graph. First of all, let's see this. Focus on it. What happened if I move up? It should be rotating, right? Okay. Let me go to the keyframe. It rotates this way, right? But wait, look at the characters right now. Do they rotating in the same axis? No. Okay. It's not. Why? Let's say this is the rotation you want to do. It is along the axis, right? But look at this one. It is not along the axis. See? Compare again. Actually, look at this. Okay. Why will it happen? That is because the rotation mode. What rotation mode you're using? When you select on this one, take a look on in here. Okay. You're using WXYZ. You are not using ruler rotation. What is the benefits of ruler rotation? Ruler rotation, right, I would say is more readable, understandable rotation. But definitely, they have some weakness. Let's say like they will have some gimbal lock. They will have two axes will be overlapping each other. All right. So later on I show you what is the overlapping each other. It's way more hard to tweak. But one thing is, for animators, when you go to the graph editors, that thing in here, ruler is way more easy for you to know how many degree you have turned, what the value is it. Because if let's say you don't understand those, right, don't use it. I don't want to explain this one, but I want you to go back to a more simple, understandable, and then later on, when you're facing some problem, you can solve it. But they have some lots of like plug-in, whatever, the tools can solve it. Let's say like, you know, in here we have some like gimbal killer, discontinue like ruler filters, those kind of thing, right? They can help. Okay. But when you're doing XYZ, this kind of WXYZ, I don't recommend you use it, because later on when I ask you, say I tell you one thing is like, oh, can I rotate in here? Can I rotate in there? Is there any problem? When you put it in the engine, do we have some problem as well? Really, really hard to tweak. Especially let's say you're really new to this kind of like rotation order. So what you can do, right? Normally, in Maya you can just change the XYZ, right? So XYZ, but let's say in here, when I change to XYZ, okay, so XYZ, right? But nothing happened. You see, it just only break everything. Correct, huh? Correct. Okay, but I don't want. I want to keep the all animation here. I want to keep all animation here, but change it, change it to XYZ. You have one thing to do, like in Blender, like I think it's okay, but you still have to, tweak here and there a little bit. Okay. So the first thing, you have to select your root. This is your root, right? You select your root, and then you should go, make sure you enable the plugin in your add-on, preferences, add-on, and then type rectify. Okay, this is a rectify. You have to enable it. Okay, make sure you enable it. After you enable it, you will have a tools in under pose, because you have to make sure you're in pose mode. Under pose, converse rotation mode. All right, but it have a risk. You have to do some manual tweaking. Later on, I will show you how to do it. All right, so convert rotation mode. Click on it. Okay, at the beginning, I don't recommend you do all. You just do the selected bones. Okay, make sure you're in your action correctly. Then what kind of thing you're going to convert to? So I will convert to XYZ. Pay attention here. When I click, all right, now all the keyframe back to the run mode. This is all your rotation. All right, this is all your rotation. And then let me see, I don't show handle. This is all your rotation right now. Okay, but pay attention in your characters. Look at your right hand side, pay attention with it. You can see some problem is you turn another way. Correct, right? But now you are able to fix by axis. So I go to, because like your rotation is Z, right? So this is no, sorry, Z, right? So this one will be the one we're going to use. Now you can see he's in, when he's going down, he's supposed to be go minus, right? He's supposed to be a minus axis, but he didn't. He go back here. All right. So what you can do, right, is in Blender, really easy. Select on it, because like they do a really, you just need to do a really calculation. So it's 160, 170, right? I just put the minus in front. All right. So you already have this. Whew. Am I correct? All right, cool. So what you can do, you can do, make sure, can I see my cursor? Can I see my cursor? Snap to the frame. Okay, this is my cursor, right? You can see like this is my cursor. I need to make sure my cursor in this frame, 74, right? 74, is correct? 74, in 74, XYZ is 74. And then this one is like minus 170 in this position. Then I have to make sure I select something around here. Shift S. Okay. They will see, right? Okay, selection to like near marker, flat something, whatever. So I will say like not cursor to select, is like select to cursor, select to value cursor, something like this. Okay, so he have this, right? He suddenly will, oh shit, it's go back, everything go here, doesn't matter. So we do it again. Let me see, cursor to selected, move selected, select the cursor. Sorry man, he should have way more better. Oh shit, sorry. Oh, anyway, okay, I don't do that way, because I normally, right, you can do an offset for the global, everything, right? It's fine. So everything cursor to select, cursor value to select, cursor value, oh, okay, fine. This is like everything, right? Fine. So I do this. I make sure like 100 minus 170. Okay, do a manual move. This is something like I have to do. So you have this. You got everything, almost everything back here. Okay, so what you have to do, right, you have to fix here manually. Okay, you should have manually in here. X, Y, Z. Tweak your pose. Make sure it's correct. Maybe you have to make sure like you are doing this way, right? So not just only your X, not just only your Z axis, your this kind of axis, or you also have to tweak. All right. So go to another thing, right? Is at the end, this turn. Okay, I want to make sure, right, we have the same rotation in here. You know, you can see, right, here and there, different. Okay, so when I copy over the poses, Control C. So normally I do Control C, right? Okay, you can duplicate this keyframe, but when I do Control C, I copy the pose. Then here to the end, right? I Control V, I post it, but they make it 160 turn, right? Correct. Really easy here. You just have to make sure your F curve, right? In here, you go for minus 360. Then you have the same poses. Correct? All right. That's fix your problem. But the thing is, here the poses, you have to retweak like what you want. Okay? That's what you want. There's something you have to tweak. All right. You have to tweak it. Like, okay, I'm not really familiar with the controller, but I try. Okay. So some tips of Blender, right, is because a lot of like controller is like overlap each other. So what is a good way? What is a good thing for you to select is like you hold the Alt key and right click. So around this area, right, all the balls, all the controller you can pick. All right. All the controller here, I want to like do a chest FK, then you have to check. Let's say here is overlap and loss, right? Just right click. Then you can see, okay, I want the arm FKL, something like this. Then you can change. All right. So you have to fix your pose by like using this correct rotation. All right. So check everything in here. Which one is using WXYZ? All right. Let's say I'm sure the arm use. Okay, sure the arm use. So like you have to do this two rotation. See. Okay, these two rotation stuff. My fault. So with do this two thing, I think you have a picker, right? So I don't have a picker. So I click on it, poses, same thing. Fix the rotation. Top in here. You see some offsets because it screwed it up. See? Your arm is screwed it up because of that. Doesn't matter, man. Like this kind of fix is not that hard. It's not that hard. It's just like make sure like you rotate. Oh, this is the wrong rotation. So you go to your Y, the Y axis, like a shift edge, focus on it. Then you make sure this one is wrong and this is wrong, fully wrong. So mean like they should be in another way, right? So other way around, or maybe no, this is something like Z axis, I think, like because you have many kind of different axes you have to fix. But yes, it's the time for you to fix now. Okay, it's the time for you to fix now. And I also recommend you use IK if let's say you're holding some weapons. Yeah, if not, right, because right now your hand and your I think you have some constraint here, right? You have some constraint in here. Make sure your constraint is correct. So let's say like I'm doing this one, right? The constraint must be in here. So you have to make sure. Okay, so let's say for good tips in Blender is like, let's say my constraint point in here. You better set a marker. You press M. You can set a marker here. You say like constraint on. You like swap constraint on, something like this. It's already in here. So you know, right? My constraint will be on here. Then after that, like in here, say, oh, make sure this one is like constraint off is here. So you make another marker to say it, right? Constraint on and off. So you remember when is your constraint on and when your constraint off. You have to make sure these two poses, you put your knife there is off the constraint. The pose have to be the same. Maybe these two keyframe have to be the same. Oh yeah, something like this, right? This is another tip for you. Cool. Thirdly, okay, so in your next pass, right now you screwed it up, doesn't matter, right? Later on we have to fix it. You can see that lots of, like, when you fix it, you can see a lot of problem, but that's a good thing because you have less keyframe right now. Less keyframe right now in here. All right, less keyframe, really less, way more lesser keyframe. And you have to beware, right? Let me reopen your scene. Okay. Okay, so object, no changing, X-ray, my cat mode. All right, off your references, go to Leo mode. Hey, come on. Object, make this one. All right, make sure, right, when you are animating, you have to look at all the angles. Okay, all the angle, is it looking great? Overall for me right now, right, what you have right now, okay, for what you have right now, it's looking okay. Okay, let me go back to my screen key sharing. Okay, so you can see, right, it's looking okay. Okay, top view, also fine. Okay, also fine. Okay, make sure all the poses is looking okay. This kind of thing, is it the balance okay or not? Should we move him a little bit more here? Okay, should we do that? Should we, in this angle, should we do this? Okay, should we open more, or should we do this? We shouldn't, because the thing is, like, you can see the silhouette is fully, you're blocking, is fully, like, don't understand what happened there, here and there. Okay, so we should show up more of your chest, then your arm as well. Okay, we have to make sure you're looking way more better, silhouettes way better. And then, okay, how can we show this thing? How can we show the shift? Okay, okay, because I don't have packer. Should we do that? And then the feed, should we do this? Okay, what is the correct mechanic? So when you're hip facing this way, what is the correct mechanic of your body? All right, is it way more better, or this arm should be more like, moving out? Is it better? Okay, you have to go for this pass after you fix all your rotation order. If you go for this, and you should start to add the in-between poses. Don't go for a spine mode. Don't go for spine mode. Still have to go for in-between motion. Adding some key here, because in here, when I do linear mode, look at the timing. In blocking place, the timing look okay. because it look like really 2D anime kind of timing. It's okay. Look at this. Is it too slow? Should we overall scale it? Okay. When I do this, is it something like ho? Okay. Should we do that? We have to adjust the timing now. See? Correct? And here to here, something this pose, right? Let's say this two, right? Is it supposed to be like this? Okay. And then also like from here also, should we do that? Timing adjust here. Okay, so from these poses, I have this. Do I need it? Not now. Key poses, I need this one. I need this one, but I don't need this one. Okay, your head have to be fixed because I just open your scene. When you linear pose, you can see a lot of problem. Okay, this is fast action. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 frame to here, just only in the middle of your motion, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, another 10. So that's mean like more than, if let's say 30 frames per second, right? You have 15 frame is like 0.5 second. Correct, right? Am I correct? Yeah. Correct. In here, is it too slow? Is it too slow now? Yes. Okay. I would say yes. Then I have to adjust everything. What is it? Maybe I just add, no problem. Okay. The head is really irritating. Let me remove all the head animation first. I just remove all the head animation. Just the head. Because it's like, oh, I delete everything. Oh my goodness. Okay, just delete the head. Hey. Keyframe, come on. I just want to delete it. I just want to delete the head animation only. Delete keyframe. I want to delete the overall head. Can I do this? Yes, thank you. Visibility? No. I just do delete head animation. Just make sure it's in here. Delete. Cool. So I deleted his animation. Yeah, he don't turn, he's just facing to us. Interesting. Yeah. But timing adjust will be in here. All right. All the timing adjust have to be in here. Okay, sorry. Press double press. This may be too fast. Adjust it. Okay, adjust a little bit. Okay, cool. So I see if like 32 8 frame too slow, I would say it's too slow, but like adjust it. And then in here as well, where's the like in a good back practice for you to adjust your timing? It's just those shape editors. You can use action editor, but like those shape editors is way more easy. Yeah. But those shape editor, you can see a lot of like, they kind of like constraint key also in here and there as well. Okay. Fix the rotation first, then you have it correct. All the timing adjust in here. When you go for okay, when you're doing poses, you can do it in spy, or you can do it in you can do it in a constant mode, the step mode. But step mode for you, if let's say not in a poses, you can't adjust your timing. You don't know the timing. You don't know. You can't see. You can't see the timing. You can see, right? If let's say from here to here, if I don't have an in-between pose, how can I do it? Correct, right? You cannot do it. Yeah. So like you can add something called in-between pose. Okay, so they have something called Control E. All right. Okay, so your in between both doesn't work. In between both doesn't work. So let me do this first. I do a Bezier curve. Oh no, Bezier curve is like too strong. I do a linear curve first. This is the pose I want. Okay, this is the pose I want. So basically, right, this is the pose I want. I can do I. Can I do everything? I can do I. So I have a key right here. Then when I go back to my step mode, I have way more better understand the timing. Correct? So you need more pose after. So the step like this. Open your scene, check all the rotation order in your characters. Fix those rotation in spy mode. Okay? Linear. Yeah, linear also spy mode, right? So linear. Change everything interpolation mode to linear or Bezier, but I think like linear is more than enough. Then you can see the problem. Fix all of it. Add those marker in the constraint point by pressing M. Okay. Then you are way more easy to adjust your constraint. All your constraint is way more easy to adjust later. So you can say, hey, wait. When I'm moving, if I'm moving these poses, right? Let's say, okay, the timing is not correct, so I'm moving this. Okay, correct. But wait, let me go more in. That's mean like when I moved it, I moved my constraint point. Okay, so I need to make sure I need to move my constraint key back to here. All right. You also, I don't talk so much for Blender usage, but later on I will have a series talking about how easy for you to animate in Blender, and then especially when you have too many keyframes, correct? But like you know that, right? So okay, my constraint, my key move, my timing move. Okay, I have to move my constraint point and my marker also. More steps make you way more easy to maintain your scene. All right. Yeah. Then like the timing, you need to add more pose in the step mode. After you fix the rotation, add more pose in your step mode. Then you can, after having those kind of in-between poses, then you can adjust your timing. All right. Make sure your timing correct. Anticipation, how long time your anticipation. When you're shooting your references, you doing a slow motion. Okay. You just do the same thing. You shoot the same thing by yourself by doing the real-time record. So like how fast you pull the knife or how fast you slash it. Record the correct one. Just take a look for the timing. Don't take a look for a pose. You don't have to force yourself do the exactly same pose, but you just do it. See how fast you do it. Put it here. Then you can see the timing. First of all, follow the reference. Oh, he's like, wow, 3 frame is already finished. Doesn't matter, man. Just try to post it there. See how does it look like. Cool. So really appreciate you working on this animation and also sending us the video to explain and share the tips. How can we fix some issue in blocking stage? All right. Wait for your next pace and see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, Luis. Good work.